Who is Shaltazar? We are here. We are here for you, and we are here for all who choose to connect to us. We have been in contact with your planet before, yes, many times, for we represent the Gavish Banenu energy, the energy of the Master Teacher of Divine Wisdom. We share with you, although in human form you are not capable of seeing the whole picture, the whole story, for as long as you are in a denser human body, there are limitations on how much you can understand. Not because we don't want to share, but because in the lower dimensions you cannot comprehend the wisdom of higher dimensions. That does not mean that what we bring you is not of great value. Quite the contrary. The wisdom we share with you can make your human sojourn so much easier. If you choose to study, learn, and apply what we teach, your life can be calmer. You will have less struggle. You see, when you understand, when the picture is more clear, the path becomes brighter. You can see the light clearly. For many going through life in human form, it is like watching a blurry computer or TV screen. You are very interested in what you are watching, but because the picture is fuzzy, you struggle to understand the full meaning of what you are watching. To follow this analogy a bit further, the voices on the screen are garbled, and thus you not only don't see the whole picture, you cannot totally understand the full story. What we have come forth at this time in your human history to do is help sharpen the blurry picture and clarify the garbled voice. For if you are able to understand more fully how human life operates, the choices you make will be done from a more informed place. So our purpose, as it has always been, is to teach, to share divine wisdom to those who wish to see a clearer picture. In other words, to understand more fully. But we hear you say, what purpose does that serve? Our answer would be that all life evolves, but to the human mind, it appears that evolution is linear. We know it to be different, for the truth is that all life is circular, and thus evolution is more circular than linear. But allow us to leave that discussion for another time. We use this example of a difference in perspectives to clarify the purpose of our teachings. If human beings could more fully comprehend the concept of life being circular instead of linear, then this one change in understanding would allow for great evolution. Once the concept of circular life is fully understood and interpreted into your science, then new technologies will become available, allowing life on your planet to evolve in a different way. What new technologies do you refer to? We hear you ask. And we say that it is impossible for you to comprehend those technologies without fully embracing, understanding, and integrating the concept of circular life. So you will have to wait patiently to see if your world first can understand this principle in the coming years. And if it does, then you can expect very major changes in how life on your planet operates. We have given you just one example of how our teachings could help change your world in a big way. If your world chooses to embrace what we bring forth, then even with your limited dimensionality, major evolution can take place on planet Earth. Again, we hear you say, but your teachings are so vague. Why don't you bring us more specific learnings? And to your query, we would say, what we bring to you is master teachings, teachings that are meant to speak to a higher consciousness within the human condition. We cannot bring you the logic, the specifics, for as master teachers, we bring the higher concepts of life, and then it is up to you the human inhabitants of your planet, to apply these higher notions or principles. Once these teachings are fully integrated and embodied, it is you who will change life on planet Earth. For it is not our place to change your planet, the evolution of which is your responsibility. We are here to give you the building blocks, the principles, the universal laws and insights that can become the foundation for great potential change. We do not wish to give you but one fish so you may eat for a day, but instead we wish to teach you how to fish, so to speak, so you can eat for a lifetime only if you choose to do so. That is why our teachings seem vague. It is up to those humans who choose to study, to practice, to integrate, to embody our teachings, to truly apply them in a way that great change is possible. We cannot give you a step-by-step operating manual. You must create that yourself if you choose. If you wish to be one of the humans that will have a major impact on the evolution of your planet, we suggest you put the effort required into more fully studying and integrating our teachings. This is not the first time we have been here to speak and teach to your planet. We have been here many times before. For when there are those who can understand our teachings and are willing to share them in some way, then we come forth. Just because we came forth to teach to the few, it does not mean that the many are ready to understand our teachings. But for those who are ready, this new wisdom can change your life. It is this clearer picture of human life with this greater understanding that will help make your own life easier, more fulfilling, and of even greater value. Many have not given themselves a chance to see if they can actually understand our teachings, and instead look for the logic in them. Try opening your hearts and minds fully, and you may find you can truly hear us. However, it is only when the many choose to not only embrace the master teachings, but choose to implement them, that human life can evolve in a major way. As is always the case, that choice is made by the collective consciousness. We cannot influence that choice, for if we did, we would be interfering with the evolution of human life on your planet. And that has never been and never will be our purpose. We are merely the givers of divine wisdom. We are the master teachers who have come forth to speak to those who wish to listen, just as we have throughout human history. If you could see us as a human representation, we might be the number 33. For many of you know that numbers are energy. Many of you study the science of the energy of numbers. We say science, although many would disagree that the power of numbers is a science. But alas, that is because you do not fully understand how numbers are used as one way the divine communicates with the human world. You see them as mere numbers, but they are more. Oh yes, so much more. Unfortunately, this is yet another example of how we cannot fully explain this concept to you in a way you may totally understand. That deeper learning is not about numbers, but rather how divine energy converts into many different and diverse ways of communicating to human beings. The source does not speak a language. The source is vibratory energy, and thus communicates through vibratory energy. Humans at this time in your planet's history cannot yet fully comprehend these vibrational communications. And thus, for you to understand messages from Source, this vibrational energy must be converted into something that is comprehensible to you. Numbers are just one of the various and multitudinous ways that Source vibrations can be translated and transcribed so humans may understand messages from Source. We speak now of the 33 energy only because you seek a better understanding of what Shaltazar is. And even Shaltazar is but a name that represents the master teacher, the Gavish Banenu energy. Try not to get too obsessed on who we are, how many of us there are, or what we look like, for we are not humans as you may know them. We are vibrational energy that represents master teachings or bringing forth divine wisdom. And why do so? The answer to that brings us full circle in this message for today, so you can see and understand more clearly. And why is that? So you can tap into the potential that is available to you, so you can bring forth major change in the evolution of your planet, if you choose. We are here for you anytime you wish to tap into that divine wisdom of life. You are all capable of aligning yourself and receiving the vibrational energy of the Master Teacher. Simply choose to activate that part of your DNA that opens the pathway to us. When you do so, the name that you will feel may not be Shaltazar, and you may not feel the number 33, but let us assure you that regardless of the name or the face or the number you assign to us, you can access the divine teachings that will allow you to change the human evolution of your planet forever.